Ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What's going down, gamblers? It's the coach from Brothas N Bets, and I am joined here by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Marley Betts with the Pope. Marley, what's going down with you?
I don't like that. Why? What's good?
I can't hear what I don't.
Everybody, can you hear me?
No, we hear you. I didn't hear what you said. Is that a Pope or that's something else?
It's not a Pope. It's something else. But due to you,
we're gonna call it a Pope so we don't get bans.
Exactly.
Anywho, Marley, how you feeling today, man?
Yeah, good, man. I'm all right. You know, kind of getting back into the groove of things. We've been going for like 2 weeks solid now, at least a week and a half, something like that. So. Good. It's about our time. It's our time. Our time is coming up. Really, tomorrow is our time. It starts. We normally
it kind of starts today, but
yeah, it kind of starts today.
Since we, I don't know if you got something because I know you got to go soon. If you got something to toast to, all right, we'll stick your pot up. Stick your pot up, and we gonna drink and we gonna sip and we gonna puff to the end of the regular season, the start of conference play. And pretty soon the start of madness. So everything we did is done bun. All right. The team record is done bun. You got to update that. The overall record, the season free picks record is done bun. But we are both killing it right now in our VIP picks. And it's go time. This is go time. Shout out to the Reaper, Mikey Hover. He came on. He was like, hey man, this is typically the time that y'all get hot and y'all start doing y'all thing. So, yes, sir, it is that time, man. So, with all that being said, man, because we are on time strengths right now, let's jump right into our first game that's going to be going down in 56 minutes tip-off. In fact, we're covering two games that are starting off. This is the first round of the ACC tournament play, and we're talking about the Notre Dame Fighting Irish sitting at 11-20 on the year, taking on the Virginia Tech Hokies, who are 18-13 on the year. Started off the year strong, but they kind of hit some bumps in the road, but they're here. Here's a chance to eliminate everything in the past and start fresh right here for both teams, for all teams. So let's get to some of these actual factuals for Notre Dame. They're 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. They oversee 4 out of the last 6. They're 1-8 straight up in the last 9 games. 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games against Virginia Tech. But 0-5 straight up in the last 5 games against Virginia Tech. 2-12 straight up in the last 14 games against an Atlantic Coast Conference opponent. 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games played in the month of March. And 2-8 straight up in the last 10 games when playing on the road, but it's a neutral site. In the last couple of games. Actual factors for Virginia Tech. The total has gone over 9 out of their last 12 games. It's also went over 4 out of the last 5 games whenever they play against the Fighting Irish. They're 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games in the month of March, but 14-4 straight up in the last 18 games playing on a Tuesday at a home crib, but it doesn't really count because we are mutual site right now. Injury reports right now, J.J. Starling is questionable for Notre Dame, and we already know Darius Maddox, he's been out for most of the season with the personal issues for Virginia Tech. Last time we seen Notre Dame, they lost to Clemson 87-64, and last time we seen V-Tech, they beat Florida State 82-60. And Florida State just lost by 1 point, giving up that poo-poo against Georgia Tech. But with all that being said, Hokies, Notre Dame, first round of the ACC tournament. Marley, what's your play?
I like V-Tech right here. I'm just not a believer in Notre Dame at the end of the day. Over their last 10 games, head-to-head, they're 8-2. But just the last 3 times they played, they're 3-0. And they beat them by 6 in February, and that was in Notre Dame. Like Coach said, this is a neutral site game, so we don't have to worry about the home crowd helping nobody out. Feeding them with energy over there.
It's all about who travels good.
All about who can travel. Notre Dame can travel though. I mean, historically, but that's football. We're not talking about basketball. But over their last 10 games, they're 2-8, 0-5 on the road. Technically, it is a road game. It's just nobody's at home. They're only 1-7 as a dog. Virginia Tech, not that much better, but better. 5-5, 5-3. As a favorite, neither one of these teams have played a neutral site all game this season. But I do like the Hokies here. 6.5 minutes. I feel like it's kind of steep, but if you can, I feel like if you can go in Notre Dame and win by 6, then you should be able to take care of business at a neutral site game by 6.5. And like you said, they started out the year kind of strong, but they've been spiraling downhill ever since. They only got a win against Pittsburgh and Louisville in those last 2 games, and I don't need to go into what's been going on with those 2 teams here recently. So give me the Hokies.
All right, the Hokies 4 points.
Yeah, 6.5.
All right, Marley likes the Hokies on the 4 points, and I'm not gonna lie with you, Marley. I'm gonna have to ride that train with you and join you with the Hokies minus 6.5. This Notre Dame team is terrible, bro. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Awful. Yeah, this Notre Dame team is terrible. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this Notre Dame team is terrible, man. I like Virginia Tech, but in this tournament play, crazy things can happen in the first half. So that's why I'm gonna ride the full game on this one. Typically, I would take the first half in these games, but I'm gonna ride full game minus the 4. Minus the 6.5 as my official play. So me and Marley are riding together on that one. And let's keep this train moving, man. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. And I'm the coach. That's Marley Bets. Shout out to us, man. We've been kind of grinding. You know, of course, we got things that we're taking care of on the outside, but we're building our platform. Pretty soon, we're going to be the Black Bar Stool. So hang tight, get your popcorn ready. I know some of y'all peeping us, keep peeping us. You know, if you fool with us, we appreciate it. If you don't, hey, we appreciate that too, because if we got haters, we're doing something right. Let's get to our next game, man. I know you don't have a play for this one, but to be honest, no, you didn't put me on them. You put me on Asheville the other day.
Yeah,
you put me on UNC Asheville, not Wilmington.
You know, small schools is kind of I ain't gonna say it's my thing, but I fuck with it.
Yeah. Well, we got the Seahawks of UNC Wilmington sitting at 29-9. They will be taking on the College of Charleston Cougars, who are 30-3. This is the championship game for their conference. I don't have it off the top of my head. What this conference is called. What is this called again?
I'm finna get it. Keep going. I'll get it.
All right. Well, get to these actual factors for UNC Wilmington right now. They oversee 5 out of the last 6 games for them. They're 9-3 straight up in the last 12 games, 8-1 against the spread in the last 9 games against College of Charleston. They are 5-2 straight up in the last 7 games against College of Charleston. 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 games when playing in the month of March. They underset 5 out of the last 5 games for Wilmington when playing on a Tuesday. And for College of Charleston, they're 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games, 9-0 straight up in the last 9 games, 5-0 straight up in the last 5 games when playing against an opponent in the Colonial Athletic Conference. So this is the Colonial Athletic Championship game. 6-0 straight up in the last 6 games when playing on a Tuesday. There aren't any injury reports for neither team. Now, we saw UNC Wilmington yesterday take care of business and upset Hofstra as a 7-point underdog. While Wilmington beat a Townsend team, they took off on Townsend. Townsend fought back. They beat Townsend 77-72 to cover that spread as well. So, with all that being said, Marley, I know you don't really have a play for that one, but do you have any insight?
Yeah, man, I don't have a play, and that's because I fucks with College of Charleston. I think I took them on a couple of shorts this year. I know for sure I did. But Wilmington is playing good, 7-3 over their last 10 games. I think they lose. You know, we're really just talking about if they cover. That's the main thing we really kind of care about right now. And I believe when these 2 teams played each other last, they beat the shit out of them.
So
I mean, Charleston beat them by like 20 something points.
Yes. But when they played them in Wilmington, they only lost by a few. It was like 4 or 5 points.
This is not in Wilmington.
But
they playing Wilmington. Been playing a lot better,
and it's not in Charleston either. So let's keep that in mind.
Cut that in half. It's still 10. What's up, Don? we cut that in half. It's still 10. I lean Charleston, man. I don't take it because I like the way UNC Wilmington has been playing. I know they won you some money here recently. You kind of caught a little wave with them. But man, Charleston is the big dogs of that conference. 30-3 for a reason. So I back off, but we're gonna do that game next time.
We're about to do that game. So let me get my play right now, Don. We literally about to do that game. We about to wrap up here in about 5 to 6 minutes because Marty got to get out of here. I'm riding with these 9.5. I'm riding Wilmington plus 9.5. I like the way that they've been playing in the tournament. Tournament is new time. Tournament is a new team. They do got some range. I just seen the last 2 games that I've seen Wilmington play. I just see a little bit more grit in them boys, and I see them just a little bit more motivated being the underdogs. But I'm not saying they're gonna win. If they win, hooray! All I'm saying is let's cover the 9.5. This morning it was at 9, but let's cover the 9.5, Wilmington. All right, I saw you boys played it yesterday and the day before, man. Y'all playing with a lot of energy, and I like that. And y'all support each other. Let's keep that train running. If you win the game, great. Stay within 9.5, and let's cover. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. That is Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets, and you can catch us tomorrow, same time, hopefully. And you can also probably catch some of our shorts to catch some of those early games for tomorrow. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and follow. And we're going to get on our last game, and then Marley got to get out of here, and I'll probably talk about just a little bit of some games that I see tomorrow. We're going to go to the main event. This is the West Coast Conference Championship game. This is the big dogs taking on the guys who've been rising to the top and always have been challenging the big dogs in this conference. St. Mary Gales sitting at 25-6, taking on the Gonzaga Bulldogs sitting at 25-3. This is a 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time game in the Orleans Arena. This line did open up in favor of Gonzaga. This can't be right. No, this is definitely wrong. Okay. My notes are... Yeah. Hold on. Give me 1 second. But this game is going on at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Let me just go ahead and say that. Right now, the line opened up at -2.5. There hasn't been any movement right now. You got Gonzaga still sitting at 2.5. Get to some of these actual factuals right now. Gonzaga, they are on a 5-game winning streak. They're on an 8-game winning streak, while the St. Mary's is on a 1-game winning streak. Gonzaga's averaging 87.8 points a game, while St. Mary's is averaging 72. Last time these two teams played, Gonzaga got their revenge because St. Mary's one of the teams that beat Gonzaga earlier this year at the home crib. So they split the season 1-1, and we shall see how it's going to go down. Now, I don't have my notes on me, so things are kind of malfunctioning right now, but we've seen these teams play, and a lot of those actual factuals actually don't matter. So with all that being said, Marley, St. Mary's, Gonzaga, round 3 for the championship.
Real quick before I get out of here, man. Ain't nothing need to be said. We've seen these teams play. They 1-1. Both teams won on their home court, with Gonzaga getting the last victory. I don't want to call it a blowout, but it was a 9-point game. That's not a blowout, right? 9. It's not a blowout.
No, not how Gonzaga's typically played in the past. No,
right. I mean, I think this conference is catching up. I won't say the conference is catching up, but a couple teams is starting to catch up in the conference.
Right.
To Gonzaga.
Just like San Francisco plus 14 yesterday. Easy money. Shout out to that. Everybody rode.
Right. And St. Mary kind of always been the little brother of the conference because they always been like talented enough to make it, be in the top, being in 25, 22, but not quite never in that top 10. I think this year they got all the way just to the teens. So good basketball team, but man, give me the kings of the conference. Give me Gonzaga. Give me Timmy tonight to go off. You know what I'm saying? And win the championship going in. They already in the tournament, but go ahead and get that what is it, the West Coast Conference?
Yeah.
WCC. The West Coast Conference title goes to Gonzaga again this year. I actually like them for first half and full game, but put me on the full game. I'm money lining the coach, you know me.
All right.
I expect a tight game though. But yeah, nobody's catching, nobody's sleeping here. Get the best of both teams.
I got you. Yeah, I'm right there too. In fact, I'm contemplating. You know, I bust their ass for 10K last week. I bust their ass Saturday. Didn't really advertise this too much. Bust their ass for 55 on Saturday, starting with 100 and was going crazy. I'm thinking about pulling up to the spot to drop big on this game. Cash in, cash out. And I'm thinking about pulling up on the spot and taking Gonzaga on the money line big. Beginning of the year, things were a little shaky, but they starting to get back to their old ways. And I'm just like you said, Timmy. This is Timmy's last game. This is Timmy's last conference championship game. I expect them to go out on a bang for him, and I expect Gonzaga to cover the spread easy. First half, I'm just a little concerned with. So to my boy Don, who was talking about should I take him first half. Gonzaga hasn't really been playing too well in the first. When I say too well, covering at ease like they have traditionally. Especially when they're going against some of the better teams like St. Mary's and San Francisco, they tend to struggle a lot in the first half. And this year alone, they kind of started off in a hole and climbed their way back to kind of win by 2 or 3 points in most of the first half. So I would not take them first half on this one, but I would take them full game money line. And if I was to have to make a lean on the spread, I would take the 2.5. But we gonna money line me, please, and chill, relax, and get out of here just like we money lined Georgia Tech earlier. So Don Play said he's gonna roll with us on the Zags, baby. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm the coach. That's Marley Bets. Marley, he likes Virginia Tech minus 6.5 for today, and he likes Zaga on the money line. I like B Tech minus 6.5. I like Wilmington plus 9.5, and I like Zaga on the money line as well. So, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm the coach. That is Marley Bets. We're money.
Yes, done.
Yeah, okay. I was just about to say answer that because Marley's the NBA guy. He likes him on the money line. They popped me the other day.
It was somebody.
But anywho, Marley, get your prayer in and go ahead and get on out of here, and I can kind of sit back and talk to the guys about some plays I'm looking at early for tomorrow. Go ahead.
Bet that. Y'all already know what it is, man. I ain't gonna be long with this. This coach still here. I am Marley Bets, and that is the coach, and this is Brothas N Bets. And like yesterday, it was 1-1 in the NBA. So like today, go kill them, and like tomorrow, y'all already know what it is, man. Let's beat Vegas. And I am out this motherfucker. Bet that.
All right. Marley, we will see Marley. He's out of here. So I ain't going to be too long. I just got off work, and I'm trying to get on some live betting. So open mic, I'm just going to kind of talk about some games that I see right now, just off the top of my head. And there are some lines out there, man. So I'm gonna try to give some early leans before I kind of sit down and really cap these games. And we can go right in order. There's a lot of games, man. So I ain't tripping. We can kind of go back over. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm the coach. That's Marley's gone. So I am the coach, man. Straight up. Yeah. If you've been following me on the chase for the 10K, then we should have made some money. All right. And I ain't really, toot my horn too much, but I deposited 100 Sunday and I got up to 55. Really, I got up to 55. I got up to about 65. Stupid ass Clippers second half. They gonna give up that third quarter to who was they playing, man? Memphis, and that kind of messed everything up. So end up losing that second half. So, but I did cash out. So I'm up, man. Since last Monday, I'm up damn near 16K cashed out, man. So did you look at the Bakersfield game? I kind of looked at it, man. Play. I looked at it, but I don't know. That's really a Marley deal, man. Let me look at it right now. Marley fucks with them little schools because every time I tend to fuck with them little schools, they piss me off with the stupid stuff. But I was looking at that. Did that game already tip up? No, that's tonight. So let me see. I did look at this, and I looked at the last 5 games. Whatchamacallit? You see, son, they only won one game, and that was against C Sub. I do be following these little schools like Irvine College, the San Diego, all these schools. I do be following them. But Bakersfield, man, they're on a 5-game losing streak. I don't know, man. I can't. I don't know, Don. I don't know about that one. Northridge and Bakersfield. Well, Northridge has a victory in the last 5 games, so I don't know, bro. But if you're looking at the records, it does say take Bakersfield. Let me know how they paired off in the season, and I could probably give you a little lean there. Let's see. So let's jump right into some of the games I see tomorrow. Let me update this banner. This wasn't expected, but Marley's had the dip, and we want to at least get about 30 minutes of the show. And there are some games that we probably won't be able to let you guys know about our picks tomorrow. So I'm gonna kind of go right in order. Starting off with the second round of the Atlantic 10, we got St. Bonaventure's versus Davidson. They got Davidson sitting at -3.5 right now as an opening line. St. Bonaventure, they did lose a lot of athletes, but let me see. Let me check this out. Kind of look into it. Yeah. Bonaventure's only won 1 game in the last 5, while Davidson's trending up in the last 5 games. They've won 4 out of the last 5, losing to George Washington, which Washington is pretty damn good this year. Let me see something. Let me see. Check this out. Yeah, Washington. No, Washington. Yeah, George Washington, they're sitting at 10-8 in the conference. So, man, I would probably lean Davidson on that one, man. Hey, let me know if y'all got any games y'all want to talk about. But yeah, I would probably lean in Davidson, -3.5 for tomorrow's early game, 10 o'clock. Now, for the second round of the ACC, Wake Forest taking on Syracuse. I like Wake Forest, man. Syracuse has kind of been trending down. Wake Forest has been pretty competitive. Though Wake Forest is on a 2-game lose streak, and Syracuse is on a 1-game lose streak. I mean, they both only won 1 game in the last 5. Now that Jim Boeheim defense could play a fit, but man, they've been giving it up. If I were to make a lean, I would probably take Syracuse on the first half of tomorrow's game because they play pretty competitive. They're pretty competitive, pretty good in the first half. But that second half, they fall apart, man. And when I say they fall apart, they fall apart. Now, Wake Forest been playing good, but as of late, man, they've been kind of falling off as well. So if I were to make a lean, I'd definitely take Wake Forest in that one. At 1 o'clock action, we got Fresno State, round 1 of the Mountain West. Fresno State taking on Colorado State. They got Colorado State as a favorite, -2. It's crazy because Fresno State last year was a pretty damn good team, man, and they lost a lot of players. They were pretty damn good last year, and to see where they at now, it's kind of crazy how shit could take. Don says, would you take Wake 2 or money line? I would probably take Wake on a 2. Like I said, first half, Syracuse is pretty competitive, but once we get around that second half play, Syracuse tends to fall off, and then the opposing teams tends to figure out how to attack that Jim Boeheim defense. So, but Fresno State, Colorado State probably will lean towards Colorado State, but there's another game going on tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central Time, which is round 2 of the Atlantic 10. Richmond, who took care of business, easy money. I was able to catch Richmond today. I was trying to jump on them second half money line. It was like +140, but they were like +2 as a spread for the second half. I was going to jump on it right when I clicked on it. They said it was off the board. I hate when UWager does that. But they took care of business. I was able to catch them -27.5 for the full game, and they took care of business like all together. But George Mason is pretty damn good. George Mason is at the top of the conference, man. They are sitting at 5, so they're sitting 5th in their conference. I like the way Richmond played, but I'm gonna go with the fresh team on that George Mason. I'm gonna take them on the money line, man. It's right now opening line is sitting at -1. I am going to take them on the money line. So you can put that down as an official play right there. Just kind of looking at it. If I do a little bit more research, let's see here. Yeah, I'm on Mason, man. I'm taking Mason, man. Hey man, I'm on Mason. They on a 6-game winning streak. But so the reason why this line is like that, because when they went on the road to end the season on the 4th of this month, they end up winning 62-60. And I'm pretty sure based on that line, based on that score, they were they were a big first half against them. So we might want to take George Mason on the first half because last time they played, they were up big and they ended up starting to give up that punani. So either way, I'm gonna take George Mason tomorrow. Next game, we got Georgia Tech taking on Pitt, second round of ACC tournament. This Pitt team is pretty good, man. I like Pitt. They don't have a line yet for Pitt. They don't have a line for Pitt yet. Let's see. Gambling Graylow just text saying easy play, easy money for the day, so I'm pretty sure he's probably talking about that Boston College that we were all trying to jump on. He took Boston College second half. So yeah. Shout out to the VIPers, man. If you're in the VIP, that was my play, Boston College for the full game. So I like Pitt on this one, depending on what the line is. Georgia Tech in the ACC is one of those teams that are pretty sneaky, so you got to kind of watch out for them. But I like Pitt. I definitely like Pitt for this one. So just got to see what the line is. We got Bethune-Cookman and Grambling. Grambling, shout out to Grambling. Melvin Spears was recruiting me. I almost went there to play college ball. There aren't any lines on that one. Now we got Colorado taking on Washington as the first game of the first round of the Pac-12 championship. They actually got Colorado minus 4.5 against Washington. That is a tricky game, man, because it's kind of like, what Washington team are you gonna get? You know what I'm saying? Because they got some young guys out there. And it's also like, what Colorado team are you going to get? Because Colorado was streaking for a minute, and then they kind of fell off. Right now, they're on a 1-game winning streak, while Washington's on the 2-game winning streak to Washington State and Stanford. But before that, they were on a 3-game winning streak against Oregon State, and Cal in the last 5 games. Colorado's – I mean, they in the last 5 games, they started off on the road against Arizona State. They won that one. They took 3-game losing streak, but here's the teams you got to think. They went on the road against Arizona. They lost 78-68. They played USC. They lost 84-65. They played UCLA at the crib 60-56. They were pretty competitive first half of that. And then they went and won at the crib against Utah. So if I was to make a play, 1:30 action play, 2 o'clock play, I would probably lean on Colorado for this one. But, man, Washington's a scary team in the second half, man. If the game is close, they're pretty scary, man. So be careful with that one. We got the Big East tournament play. We got at 2 o'clock. We got Butler taking on St. John's. Right now that line's opening out at minus 55.5. Butler's not that good, but they are just like Washington and Georgia Tech. They can be sneaky at times. So I don't have a play for that game right now. If I were to make a lean, I will probably take St. John's. In St. John's. What's the line at? I'm not fucking with that game. I'm not fooling with. Those are 2 teams right now that and whenever I do bet Big East, I fade those 2 teams. So it's kind of hard to try to see which one I want to pick and choose. Now, St. John's got a better record. I have seen both of them play, but St. John plays a lot better when they're at the crib. 3:30, we got Air Force and UNLV. I don't have a play on that one. St. Joseph's taking on George Washington. Second round Atlantic 10. There aren't any lines right now. I don't really have a play for that one. We got Washington State taking on Colorado. Right now, they got Washington State minus 13.5. I know 13.5 seems like a lot for a team that's barely over 500 mark at 16-15 on the year. But California sucks, man. And when I say they suck, they are terrible. You got DePaul taking on Seton Hall. Seton Hall minus 5.5. Probably will lean towards Seton Hall on that one. You got the Conference USA first round play. UTEP taking on Western Kentucky. Don't have a play on that one. Ohio State and Wisconsin. Right now they got Ohio State with -1 against Wisconsin. First round of Big Ten action. I will probably take Wisconsin on that one for the full game. Ole Miss, South Carolina. Don't see nothing on that. Wyoming, New Mexico. New Mexico is one of those teams they were like one of the last undefeated teams. And then they just started dropping, man. Wyoming is a scared team too, but I'll probably take New Mexico first half. Big boy time. Big 12, first round, Texas Tech and West Virginia. Right now they got West Virginia -2.5 against Texas Tech. Hey, man, I will take Texas Tech. Okay, I know they lost 3. But they went on the road and took care of business against West Virginia. West Virginia took care of business at the crib against Kent. I don't know. I need to cap that one before I just throw that out one. So I don't really have a play on that one. You got LSU and Georgia. They got LSU -2 opening up against Georgia. I like Georgia on that one. Hands down, Georgia. That's a good money line play right there. Minnesota and Nebraska. I don't bet on either of these teams. I typically am fading these two teams. Stanford and Utah. They got Utah -1 opening up tomorrow. That's an 8:00 game. But Stanford, man, Stanford is a sneaky team. 7:00, Georgetown versus Villanova. Georgetown is terrible, but Villanova ain't the same Villanova squad that we know them to be. So I don't have a play on that one. Let's see what else we got. Oklahoma State, Bedlam, first round of the playoffs. I like this Oklahoma team. Their record doesn't show how good they are, but they're pretty good, man. Oklahoma State, they've been playing some good basketball as of late as well. They're both on 1-game winning streaks in the last 5. Oklahoma's only won 2, and Oklahoma State's only won 1, and that was against Texas Tech in Lubbock. NC State, we'll find out who they played after these next couple of games finish. And the late game for the Big Pac-12, Arizona State taking on Oregon State. They got Arizona State opening line -9.5. Would probably take Arizona State on the first half. They tend to play pretty good in the first half. So those are some of the plays that I see tomorrow. But, of course, I haven't capped them yet because these lines have just came out. So there are a few that I gave out there that I do definitely feel confident about. But with all that being said, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. Hit the like, subscribe, follow us on all our platforms, because if we don't go live, we are posting our plays on our other social media outlets, man. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to probably go pull up to the spot, drop a couple bands on this Gonzaga and sweat it out a little. Hopefully we get a good old-fashioned Gonzaga blowout. Down plays, are you on Wake Forest money line? Right. I like Wake Forest. So officials that I do see, I do like Wake Forest. I do like George. I do like George Mason, and I do like Georgia. I like Georgia to beat LSU tomorrow. I do like that. So those are some of the plays that I do see off the top of my head, man. Appreciate that, Don. All right, well, I am out. Marley already did the prayer, so I'm not going to back down and do it again because I don't believe in double dipping. But I will say it's a lot of money to be made. Let's go get this bag, and let's get it. I'm the coach, and I'm out.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey.